Hey guys, I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know that Surewinder is still selling amazing products. Some of you guys have been dragging your feet for whatever reason. If your shoulder hurts, do not waste time. Pull the trigger. I just bought 4 or 5 of them, and we had 2 guys out. You know how much it cost me to pay for 2 guys being out with bad shoulders? We just pulled the trigger and we said, listen, everybody's going to have one on a truck. It's mandatory. You got to use it. Don't hesitate. Don't wait till your guys go down. It's going to cost you more. Buy a Surewinder.
What is up, everybody? Let's go. Listen, I'm so pumped, man. Just got back from Puerto Rico, and what an amazing trip. I can't even begin to tell you how awesome it really was. The main thing that I took away from it is, man, sorry, Grok and I have been chatting, and she stays on sometimes, and sometimes I just like to have the unfiltered, unhinged version, so it'll say stuff rudely to me. It makes me laugh. I don't take life too seriously. But Puerto Rico. So, man, what an amazing trip. What an amazing place. The Hyatt Regency was absolutely gorgeous. We did have a couple issues with a few rooms. They oversold, but we got those somewhat resolved, working on finalizing some of that stuff now. The speakers were great. Jake Wold, Adam, Steve from Service Spring. I spoke myself on marketing and AI. We had Willie from Duck Dynasty and his wife Corey talk, and golly, man, just an amazing trip. They were filming, and I was made aware that we will be in the season finale of Duck Dynasty. So represent the garage door industry. Let's go. I think that's super cool that we will be in the season finale of Duck Dynasty. Major props to the garage door industry as a whole for that. Thank you to everyone who supported. We had some crazy great sponsors. Joseph with Stealth Hardware. We had Clopay, Service Spring, and Somer, as always. What amazing partners in the garage door industry. They're always willing to support what we're doing and help out. And it looks like for one of the first times we're going to make a little bit of a profit on this event. It's not going to be much. It's not going to be much, but it's going to be something. And it hurts a little bit when we take a loss. We got 4 or 5 new GDU members from it that really loved the connection they made with other people that were members, and they signed up. And then we launched at Summit a Google Business Profile product that we are now selling through Markinuity. We had 3 offerings on that. One's just simply a monitoring where we monitor it, and if it goes down, we get it back up as quickly as humanly possible. And I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but we have made some friends with some connections there, and we are able to expedite those in a lot of cases. Right now, it's 4 to 6 weeks to even really get a response from them, and we just got some up in as early as a week and a half from it going down. So pretty cool. Anyway, long story short on that, that was a huge success. We had some people sign up for that, quite a few actually. We offered a crazy deal while we're there because I always offer crazy deals at events, and we had quite a few sign up, so that was good. We also announced that we're going to be releasing what's called an intensive. This is going to be a 3 to 4 day event. It's going to be in Fort Lauderdale area, about 15 miles away from the airport, 15 to 20 miles, somewhere in that area. And I booked a Airbnb 5-bedroom. This is limited to 4 people. So 1 bedroom is for me, 4 is for the rest of you. First person to sign up is going to get the king bed, and then we'll just kind of go down the list for the best bedrooms, whatever. I'm looking at hiring a chef to cook some meals. I'm looking for a possible yacht for us to go out on, maybe a fishing boat to go fishing. But we're going to take a deep dive. I got Joseph Roberts coming in. He is a fractional CFO in the garage door industry. We're going to spend 1 full day on finance alone, just in an intimate environment, by the way, this house is freaking Mac Daddy with a pool and a bunch of cool stuff. But we're going to be there to work, and we'll have a little bit of playtime. You can bring your spouse. They can either participate in the group or they can go hang out by the pool if they'd like, get a little tan, whatever. But we're going to be trying to align all of your finances, sales, and marketing. And then we are going to get all of that in place and then send you off with a plan. And it's going to be a customized plan for your business. And I used to do something similar to this back in the day and in software, and I do it still today in my garage door business. And so I'm going to share some of the tips and tricks that I do and how I prepare for the new year. And it's something I learned in software that was super helpful by people who have been doing this for a lot longer than I have. So really excited about that. And we'll have some group work, we'll have some one-on-one work, and it's going to be great. I mean, it's going to be freaking fantastic. So we're going to open that up to GDU members first. If there's any seats available, we'll open it up to non-members. So just give you guys a heads up. It's not cheap because we're going all out. We're just going to spoil you. It is 10 grand if you pay in full, or it's 12 if you make 4 equal payments. And it is going to be the last day of September and next 3 or so days. I think in October, we got the dates booked. It'll be on the website when I announce it. So anyway, Markinuity and GDU will get first dibs on that, and we'll work our way down to non-members or non-heroes of Markinuity. All right, but let's continue this series of the dispatch software or the field service management software, whatever you want to call it. I actually got to do a demo of Insight for Doors that's built on Acumatica. I know last time I think we talked a little bit about FieldPulse. I'm still a fan of FieldPulse. I think they're great. I love what they're doing. I think they're going to give ServiceTitan a run for their money. I think they already are giving ServiceTitan a run for their money. I just don't think a lot of people know about it or give them really a shot. And so if you are interested in a traditional field service management software, do check out their product because I think FieldPulse has a really good thing going. It's super flexible and has a lot of features. So just a heads up on that. All right. Let's dive in. Inside for Doors. What did I see? Again, I saw what I thought I would see for the most part. Um, we had like an hour for the demo, right? Which is certainly for a software like this is, high overview, 70,000 foot. But here's my takeaways. Number one, definitely a software built for finance. And then that being kind of the core of every aspect of the business. I like that they kind of build it out according to the way that we do it. So essentially, they will take your financials and build out your system. And then it's kind of a ripple effect out from there on how things come back. So it's kind of backwards to a lot of things. But the more I'm thinking about it as a business, I'm sitting here like, man, this is probably the way that it should be done. Like all these software should be written for financials first, financial KPIs, financial reporting, financial tracking, association, job costing, profitability, all of that. Like all of that should be the focus of our software. And then we take all these other aspects and we can kind of bolt it on because quite frankly, the finance part of it is probably the most important. I used to think it was like more important to have a sexy app or something that really looked good. And I'm not sure that I feel the same about that, which is saying a lot because it took me a lot to get here. And certainly Insight for Doors isn't as sexy as ServiceTitan. As a matter of fact, I was a little underwhelmed by the lack of sexiness, right? However, I was told that there's a refresh coming in the appearance of the app in the software here in the next like year or 6 months or whatever. It's in the future, but it's coming. So you might have a refreshed, better version. However, Um, I will say that the flexibility of this software is extreme. And if you are, I'll tell you this. Okay. So I'm 9 years old, my company, and, I'll just throw it out there. Like we're shooting for 6.5 million this year. Um, and the reason why I share my numbers with you, because I think I don't really care. But the reason why I share this number with you is because I want you to know kind of where I'm at and what we're thinking at the stage that we're at. So I'll be honest with you. Insight for Doors isn't really for companies in my revenue range or even lower. I think the right number for them is probably like on the low end, about 8 to 10 million in revenue. And then once you get beyond that, I think they're a good product. Why do I say that? I say that because this software is really built for a couple things. Number one, financial first, which is really what people are starting to figure out once they get into the 6, 8, $10 million range, that you got nothing without finances and you need to know what's working, what's not working, and where to look. Um, and this software will help you do that. It also requires the big upfront, which we've talked about in some of the other podcasts. I think that because of the complexity of everything that we're doing, they threw out a rather large number, which I told you guys about previously, was around $60,000 to $70,000. That's just up front. They did preface by saying that they may not use it all, but that is like the retainage per se, is kind of the way they do it. Is they give you you give them a retainage, and then they work off that retainage. And then if there's some left over, you can kind of apply it to your account for future development or support, or I think you can even just apply it to like a standard payment.
Hey guys, I found something that changed my business and I want to share it with you. We've created packages that have included some of the best products in our industry to offer our service customers. The heart of that package is Stealth Hardware Kit. Stealth Hardware is the quietest hinges on the market. I challenge you to buy at least one of these, test it for yourself. Put it on your truck and design a quiet performance package for your customers willing to pay for a better, smoother running door. Buy your Stealth Hardware Kit at Service Spring, do a search for Quiet Hinge, and then buy that. You can buy a double or single door, 7 or 8 foot tall, and promise you, it'll change your service forever.
Somer USA and Somer Group want to thank you for an incredible year and the trust you've put in them and their products. As you know, Somer places high value on relationships, education, customer service, innovation, and professionalism. And they are grateful to you for your part in the fostering and dissemination of these values. If there is any way Somer can support you in your journey, whether through their products, the values they hold to, or the knowledge Somer has gained through interaction with door dealers across the world, please reach out to the team at your convenience. They are here to serve you. Again, thank you from the entire Somer team. Check them out at somerusa.com. Tell them Ryan sent you.
When we were navigating through the website, first of all, I want to give kudos to the team over there. The lady, sorry, that was doing my demo. Her name's I think it's Julia McCarthy. Like, wizard. She seems super sweet, on her game. She knows what she's doing. She knows doors. I was smiling and grinning the whole time because she's talking about things that only people who would specialize in garage doors would ever even know about. So I loved that she knew so much about like literal garage doors specifically. She's throwing out like, oh, to give you an example, the Clopay 4050 and this and that. And she's like just hitting on stuff. And I thought that was really cool. She was super sweet, very personable. Um, so I really enjoyed my interaction with them. They were very friendly, informative, and I thought for the most part, the 70,000 foot view of the demo was great. We kind of bounced around a little bit because, when you're at 70,000 feet, you kind of want to just get an overview of some of the key things that you want to see. And I got to see enough to know that I'm still intrigued and I'm interested. Now, I gave an explanation earlier that I thought was a really good explanation. Being at the revenue range that we're at, we do have the cash, but I don't really want to eat up tons of capital on this huge upfront cost. And um, they came at me with something. We started talking about credit card processing. And here's what's interesting. My credit card processing fees through ServiceTitan is anywhere from like 2.7 to 4.5, depending on what type of card it is and how it's being inputted. Many people aren't really checking this, but we are. And it's highway robbery, in my opinion, but this is the way it is. And ServiceTitan uses TSIS and then they like increase it for them. Um, and these are some of the things that I just hate about them because quite honestly, you are top of market. Why do you need to add a percentage to the credit card processing fees and cost us, $1,000 more dollars a month or $2,000 more dollars a month when it's credit card processing fees? And we should probably be able to get a better rate. Now, when I signed up, I was told that once we get to a certain volume, we would be able to get a lower rate. Well, we doubled where we were at, and that was roughly what he told me I needed to be at. And I reached out and they told me no, that they would not discount the rate. So, talking to Insight for Doors, this is what they told me, that because their system is Acumatica and there's this level, I didn't know about levels, level 1, 2, and 3. And I guess these levels represent the risk. Level 3 is being like the most secure. So essentially, what I was told was we can get a rate under 2, like almost as low as 1, depending on volume. Do you know what that does? Like, that saves me thousands of dollars a month. So right there, I'm already saving thousands of dollars a month, and the monthly is about equal to what we're paying for ServiceTitan. So if I'm paying $60,000 up front, but I'm saving $2,000 a month just in that one thing, and I don't even know other areas that we might be able to save in. But if we're saving $2,000 a month just on that one thing, how long before we get our 60 back? It's not forever. It's not super fast, but I kind of feel really good about that, right? And I'm sure there's other areas where we'll be able to be more efficient and maybe run more smoothly and it cost us less. So those are some things that I think are valuable to understand and learn. The dispatch, not great, not great. Like it looks like it works well, but it's definitely not sexy. The other component is like the mobile app. Um, they highly recommended operating that on an iPad, which is like we supply iPads perfectly fine. Doesn't change anything for us, so not a big deal for us at all. There's no customer facing function to it, like where ServiceTitan has like the present mode where you can kind of build out multiple options. It really sounds like Insight for Doors. This is where they lack the most is like the field building quotes and they do have templates. And I was explaining to them kind of how we do things. They said it would work. Um, I haven't seen that part yet. So we're gonna have to like work through it. They did kind of show me a little bit of it, but we didn't go through the whole process. We talked about like setting up templates to be able to port those in and then have like 3 or 4 quotes. Um, so for the most part, like I think we can work around that, right? So I can take like our packages and laminate it and show it to customers, and then we can modify those if we wanted to, and then have like a for you package, which is customized specifically for their door. So that's something that I'm willing to do. That way, we don't really necessarily need the present mode per se, right? Um, That's the biggest that's the biggest difference in my opinion. But here's where they win. Here's where they win. They win because they have the entire life cycle of the customer They have a built-in PO system. They have a built-in inventory system that's very intuitive. Like all this is very intuitive, like the best in class, right? From what I'm seeing, it's not just, oh, we have this feature. No, it's like, hey, we can pull up this customer and see all the billing history. And you're sitting there like, oh, well, we have that in ServiceTitan. Yes, you do, but you got to drill down into like each invoice. I'm talking about, I can drill into a customer and see how many jobs we've done. What's the average job, cost us? How much profit are we making? Um, you know, what POs are attached to it, what inventory we used, what was the cost of the inventory. Like when you want more data, it's there. Like it's as much as you could possibly want, in my opinion. And so I'm really excited about that. The financial aspect is embedded in every component of the software, which is what I want ideally, because quite frankly, that's what I want. Now, talking to someone earlier, I kind of hinted on this as we're probably like 2 or 3 years out from being in that 8 to 10 million range. So the question that I've got to myself and others is, are you willing to invest ahead? Right. So we could, like, I'm leaving ServiceTitan. I've already made that decision. So the question is, do I go to FieldPulse for, 3 years and use a great software and build out all these automations and build in like my own AI agents and like do all this stuff? Like I can do all that, right? Like we have the capability to do it. Or do I go to FieldPulse, pay a massive amount up front, make a huge investment into it, have it built for us by them, so where it's not going to take like all of my team's development time, and because there's going to be a cost to that, right? So like I'm not an out of the box guy, unfortunately. I want to have AI agents do stuff for me, and I want to be able to do voice commands. Like I'm sitting here talking to AI all day, playing with Grok and learning Grok a little bit more because I'm really digging some of the stuff that they're doing with it. So long story short, here's where I'm at. I need to decide if I want to invest heavily upfront and a little bit ahead of time, or go to Field Pulse for 2, 3, 4 years, stack my cheese a little more, get to a place where I really need that stuff, not just want it, and then move over. So that's really the question. That's kind of what I'm playing with. I like both. I think they both serve very different purposes for different types of owners. And Phil Pulse is definitely something you could jump on at early stage and probably ride out to 10, 15 million in revenue. I don't know if that's something that you want to be on at 15, 20 million. I don't know because I haven't used it. But I'll just say that like when you scour the web and you look at all these platforms, I love House Call Pro, but I do genuinely feel like it's built for smaller businesses. It's great for owner operator. It's probably the best for owner operator. It's really freaking good. But if you have office staff and other people answering the phones and all this other stuff, then I think you got to look at something like Field Pulse. And then once you get to a certain point financially and you need more transparency in your financials and better, more easily accessed information, I think Acumatica and um, Insight for Doors is the choice, or something similar. I got a call with Davis where we're going to chat a little bit. I think I'm going to go through that same process probably where they chat with me and see if I'm big enough, and then if I pass that, I get a demo or whatever. So I'm kind of going through this process, but I'm trying to make a decision as quick as humanly possible. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me. Thank you guys for sending me options for sites to check out, like Workies. Hey, listen, guys, like I'm somewhat familiar with it. I've sat through a demo before. I don't love it. I think they did a good job. Um, they have a really aggressive sales team. Um, I just don't think they invest in product development as aggressively as they do their sales team. And for that reason, I think there might be some overpromise, underdeliver type stuff, but they're new, right? And that happens a lot in software. It's like, how do we get customers and then we hold on for dear life while we build these things? And so that is a pure strategy, and not one that I love, but they're gaining a little bit of market share. I just hear a lot about people going on with them and then leaving in a short period of time. So and then I've got people who love them, right? And so that's mixed, but definitely not for us, in my opinion. We talked about Service Fusion. Again, I think the biggest issue I have with Service Fusion for the most part is the load times that I've experienced in the past. And then doing the demo, I kind of saw some of that happening again. Insight for Doors appeared to load really fast and quickly, which is great, especially with all that data being pulled from all different places. And then FieldPulse seemed to function really well. I'd like to talk to some bigger dealers on with them and kind of get some feedback. So that's a plan of mine. But we had, I got a text message today. Someone actually signed up with FieldPulse or got a meeting. They got a meeting because someone was following the podcast. Listen, I don't get anything for this, y'all. I'm literally giving you my honest opinion. And I did joke around with the rep, like, hey, send me my commission to whatever. I was just joking. But I honestly am not looking for any kickback or compensation or anything for this. I'm just trying to share my experience so you can make a good decision for your company. Anyway, I hope today was good for you. If you have any questions about anything, GDU, Markinuity, or this intensive that we're doing in person, hit me up, let me know. If you have any questions about these software, like, I'm happy to chat with you. You can either message me on Facebook. You start there, message me on Facebook, and we'll chat, and give me some time to respond. I am working 15, 18-hour days, and I take breaks and chat with people in between. I do get hit up a lot, so I just kind of go in order as they come in. So first of all, thank you so much. You guys are awesome for your support of the podcast. And thank you to our sponsors of the podcast. I'm going to be doing a live here soon with Stealth Hardware. Make sure to check that out because we're going to be talking about some really cool stuff. And other than that, I'm out.